Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, we're back live, 8 minutes into the third hour. Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster riding shotgun with us for the rest of the hour. We're going to get into the economy, anarchist groups espousing communism and socialism, that's the opposite of anarchy, are saying they're going to go out and provocateur and basically attack Tea Parties nationwide. We know their foundation and government funded. We've proven that. Paul Watson has a detailed article breaking all of this down. It is so important. But when I read this morning, I had seen it in the Associated Press. I had read it a month ago. Police raid Never Get Busted HQ Barry Cooper, who lives in North Travis County, I guess on the Williamson County line. And I'd warned him when he moved down here as a former narcotics officer that the most corrupt county in Texas, one of the most corrupt in the nation, is Williamson County. Their Georgetown Police Department, their Round Rock Police Department, the county itself, the state police they've got up there. I mean, the things we've seen with their mayors and it just goes on. And they feed on the public up there. And I said, I wouldn't live there. And he's like, well, I can handle them. He started running stings against him. And we're going to talk about that. And he's put the videos out on the web with the stings he ran on the police in Williamson County. Well, they raided him, but that wasn't enough. I have the CPS report here out of Williamson County provided by the Coopers. It was Max Kaiser this morning that called us and told us about this. I had missed it this morning. This is Cooper Candace. That's Candi. Mrs. Cooper, and it says releasable copy volume 1, and this is put out. We're going to give you a document cam shot of this for prisonplanet.tv viewers right now. This is the police investigation report, and when you turn in here, they give the reason. Please explain your current concerns regarding supervision of the children. This is when they went to the CPS and filed this. Parents are unsuitable and create an environment where the children believe the government is out to harm them. Again, parents are unsuitable and create an environment where the children believe the government is out to harm them. And it goes on from there, and that's why they took their children. And here's the article from True Slant. Police threatening kids. And the police go on to say, police teaching kids to mistrust government makes couple unsuitable parents. Here's the prisonplanet.com article. Cops and CPS seize children from parents for mistrusting government. And so Barry and Candi Cooper are here. They have their 8-year-old daughter, but their son has been taken by the government, and their 8-year-old daughter is here with them today. Barry, just give people, and Candi, give people a basic boil down of what happened with Williamson County, why they came at you and went after your children because of this.
Well, our first sting in Odessa, where we stung the cops, resulted in a lady getting released from federal prison about 2 months ago. And coming off the success of that, we went into Williamson County because of all the complaints. And I actually live in Travis County. I took your advice, Alex. Okay, so I was confused. So they got you out of the they waited to get you in their jurisdiction. Well, what they did, my daughter and I were headed to the university to give a speech, and they got Travis County Narcotics along with Williamson County Narcotics to arrest me and took us to our house. So they knew you were going to a speech. They were waiting. Go ahead. Yeah, they were waiting, and I was in handcuffs, and my daughter was out in the driveway, and they forced us to watch a felony raid on our home with no way to warn Candi, and it was because we had went into Williamson County and did a sting. I caught a cop there stealing drug money. I put the free video up on our website, nevergetbusted.com. It's 45 minutes, and 5 days later, they raided us. Wow. So you did take my advice, because I was worried about you. You were saying I may move up there and may run stings, and I said, well, you've got a lot of courage, but I knew they were going to do this to you. I mean, I've never seen anybody as dangerous as Williamson County. Well, Alex, it is a police state. I had no idea, because we had our lawyers look at over all the sting material, and they said I was safe as far as not breaking any laws. But 2 days in solitary confinement away from my family. They actually wouldn't even book me in jail for over 15 hours. They kept me hidden, and our lawyers and stuff would call, and they said, no, he's not in this jail. They had me in solitary confinement the whole time, searching our home. They did that for 4 hours and took all of our media, all of our computers, all of my tapes that we had worked so hard in 3 years on. And then it resulted in a big CPS investigation where they made comments that they were concerned with our daughter's safety because she had sudden outbursts of crying for no reason during the raid. Well, that's crazy. Of course she's crying.
Yeah, that's in here too. So they raid you, they cry, and they usually try to put kids on Prozac if they cry. Oh, we took you from your parents. You're crying. We're going to put you on deadly drugs. Incredible.
Well, they even go on in that report to say that we give our kids drugs, which is nuts. There's no proof or evidence of that. We don't give our kids drugs. What happened is since we got the girl out of prison and we busted the Williamson County deputy, they realized we were no longer a nuisance and became a serious threat. And we're feeling the full force of the government on our family right now.
And you were a former highly decorated narcotics officer who refused to go along with all the frame-ups, just like Dr. Frederick Whitehurst, former head of the FBI crime lab we had on 2 days ago, just saying it's totally criminal. I mean, it is operating procedure to frame people. Now, please continue with the CPS situation.
Okay, they rated us on a misdemeanor for one, false report to a peace officer. And in the affidavit, it even says an unidentified caller called in the suspicious bag, which had the drug money that I'd planted in it. But the truth is, in that affidavit, they said they heard my voice in the background. So they rated us on a misdemeanor, which never happens. And we had a fight for our lives. And right now, our 8-year-old son named Zach Johnson is in East Texas now in a bad place, a bad situation. He's got cerebral palsy. He's almost deaf. He's on a 4-year-old level, and we've never been away from him his entire life.
Yeah, let's be clear. Whose son is he biologically?
Mine.
Yes, and he's almost his entire life he's been with you guys.
Yep.
But thank God he's not just in CPS hands, though. At least he is with his father.
Yes, which I don't know which is worse.
Which really, we kind of think we'd rather be in CPS's hand, as bad as that sounds, because now we're going into East Texas courts. And in that affidavit, they're bringing up statements that Barry and Candi are nationally recognized marijuana advocates. Barry and Candi appear on Fox News all the time, and they make claims such as everything the government, our teachers, our churches, and our parents taught us about narcotics was wrong, which that's true. So they're accusing us of all these things that are true. It's our political...
Marijuana is listed as a narcotic.
It is.
By them. In fact, so all of this is going on. And in the report, they took the children, they took your son because how did they learn supposedly that you were saying bad things about the government? And how is it their right to take a child now because parents say don't trust the government?
It was my ex-husband, which we had been friends with this whole time. For 3 years, he knew what we did. He's been at our house, you know, we were all friends. He found out through, I guess,
a lawyer that we sued for $10 million on a false raid 3 years ago. Williamson County Narcotics Unit called that lawyer and said, we've got Barry Cooper now. So that lawyer got with the real father of Zach. And it really is a conspiracy and retaliation on us.
They filed a restraining order on me and Barry and about 3 weeks ago.
And
we're terrifying.
We're all a really close family. Our 16-year-old daughter finished her first year of college at ACC last year. She's in her second year this year. We're a very loving, close family. And of course, we teach that the government is out to get us. They're the ones who came into the house and pointed guns at my kids and put me in jail for something that I didn't do. It's all for busting that cop. And he's a captain at Liberty Hill Police Department that we had been getting complaints on. And we set a trap for him and we stung him. And there was an HBO film crew there when we confronted the chief of police with the video evidence. And 5 days later, they were raiding our house. And that raid and jail was nothing, Alex.
Well, this sets
losing our son.
Well, this sets a precedent now. I mean, the police say, you're criticizing the government, we're going to take your child. I want to go to Bob Chapman. Bob, This is classic terrorism. In the rules of war, and this is even war, this is political, you don't go after children and women. That has always been the rule because armies and systems don't want their forces going after their families. That's persona non grata. As a veteran, as military intelligence, as a patriot, Bob, does this make your blood boil to hear this case?
Well, it certainly does. It shows how out of control not only the federal government is, but other forms of government in law enforcement. And, you know, you say to yourself, where does it all end? Where are the good people? I mean, how do these things happen? And they are happening. This is a true story we're listening to here. You know,
I mean, I have the report. They say they took the child and are, I guess, trying to get the others because these people teach their kids to not trust the government. I mean, that's as American as apple pie, Bob.
It certainly is. And so, what course have you taken with the boy?